First of all, I want to apologize for any construction noise you might hear. They're building some monstrosity across the street. I live on top of a main street and they're building I don't know what. Today's lesson is going to be about jazz chords, the 4 basic jazz chords in 2 different shapes for each. Before we get to it, I highly recommend you check 2 things on my page. One is rhythm guitar part 1 and 2, and the other one is the post I did about harmony and chord. I think it's under the name Harmony 101. I'll link in the description to the videos and the first post on this series of harmony. It will really help you understand some of the stuff I'm talking about. So basically in jazz we have 4 basic chords, and to those chords we add numbers and some alterations, but and I go over that in extent in those posts that I mentioned earlier. The 4 basic chords are major 7, 7, minor 7, and minor 7, flat 5. Those are the basic chords, and you might get some alterations like minor major 7, or 7 flat 5, or major 7 9, all kinds of stuff. But we're gonna focus just on the shapes and how to learn to use them, or at least how I learned to use them. And the reason I'm gonna focus on those chords is they are the cinder blocks of the scale when you play scale with chords. So if I'm gonna play the C major scale using all his chords, it's gonna be C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, B minor 7, flat 5. Okay, so those are the basic chords for C major, and again go to the post about harmony and it will really help you understand why and how. So those are chords with 4 notes instead of 3, and the 4th note is always a 7. So now for the shapes, the shape of major 7 is and I'm playing C major 7, 3 on 5, 5 on 4, 4 on 3, and 5 on 2. Making this a 7 will be removing the 2nd finger and barring the 4 strings. That is 3 on 5, 5 on 4, 3 on 3, and 5 on 2. This was C major 7, this is C7. C minor 7 in this shape. You could see instead of using the pinky on 5, I'm using 2nd finger on 4. So this is 3 on 5, 5 on 4, 3 on 3, and 4 on 2. Yep. And the last one, again, changing from the minor 7 to minor 7 flat 5. The 5 is this note, the G on 5 on 4. It's going to be flat, which gives us this shape. This shape is 3 on 5, 4 on 4, 3 on 3, and 4 on 2. So again, this was C major 7, C7, C minor 7, and C minor 7, flat 5. The way to learn them is either start using those shapes and try to come up with your own material, or use jazz standards as a practicing tool, not necessarily to play jazz, just to learn those chords, use those chords and how they sound. I'm gonna write in the comments just a bunch of tunes that got all those chords and pretty easy to learn and play. Okay. Let's say we take Stella by Starlight. First chord, E minor 7, flat 5. If you remember from the lessons on how to play power chords on the 2 strings, you take the note E on the 5th string, which is and you use the shape that I showed you on C with the first finger on the E note, which is 7. So we're doing that shape on 7. Second chord is A7. A, we could do either open chord, but I prefer that for this exercise, do it on the 12th fret. Again, taking the shape of the C7 and moving it to the 12th fret, where the A note is. Just as we did on the second lesson with the shapes of the other chords. C minor 7 on 3rd fret. C is on 3rd. F7. F is on 8th. And using the shape. Then you go F minor 7, again taking the shape from C and moving into 8. B flat 7, taking the shape of C7, playing it on B flat. So E flat major 7, taking the shape of C major 7, playing it on E. Flat is 1 fret lower on 6. And then A flat major 7, using the same shape but on A flat, which is instead of 12, flat means 11. So this is a good way to learn those shapes and learn your string. Now to the next set of shapes. Shapes on 6th string. I'm going to use G as a note for all the shapes. G major 7 is. I'm not going to use those shapes. They are too mushy to play in a jazz setting. Just sound too heavy. Unless you're going to play finger, like chord melody finger style, don't use them in comping. It's just too heavy. Much clearer. The first shape, G major 7. Got first finger 3 on 6, third finger 4 on 4, pinky 4 on 3, and second finger 3 on 2. You see, I'm blocking with my finger the 5th and 1st strings, so they're kind of muted. G7, first finger 3 on 6, second finger 3 on 4, pinky 4 on 3, third finger 3 on 2. And again blocking the 5th and 1st strings. Blocked. For the minor chord, I'm gonna bar three notes with the third finger, and I'm not gonna use the first finger at all. So I'm barring strings 4, 3, and 2, and using the second finger to play the 6th string. This way I'm blocking the 5th string, 1st string, which are not part of the chord. And for minor 7 flat 5, G minor 7 flat 5, I'm using second finger 3 on 6, third finger 3 on 4, pinky 3 on 3, and first finger 2 on 3. And again I'm blocking 5 and 1. And again use the same song we checked out before to do the same chords. E minor 7 flat 5 will be on 12, A7 on 5, C minor 7 on 8, F7 on 1, F minor 7 on 1, and you can see I'm using the shapes, just moving them around. B flat 7 on 6, E flat major 7 on 11, A flat major 7 on 4. So again, if you're not familiar with the notes on the 2 strings, go to the first lesson on rhythm guitar I posted. And I hope this was helpful. Try to use them on as many songs as you can. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I will try my best to answer. Hope this was helpful. Bye.